So it didn't take long for people to send us photographs of various members of Congress who are kind of living it up in some cases. We have Lindsey Graham, senator from South Carolina, at Disney World. He is both in fantasy land, some say all of Congress is in fantasy land, but he is there literally at Disney World. Also in a brunch line. His staff tells us, actually he told us directly, that he was in Florida for a conference with Steve Witkoff and other Trump officials, but that was in South Florida. He then flew to Orlando and then spent Friday night there walking around the park and then having brunch on Saturday morning. We got Robert Garcia in Vegas, and he was saddled up at the bar with a friend. He tells us he was there in Vegas to visit his dad. He also said he understands why we're doing this and that they all shouldn't have left Washington, D.C. So he kind of owned up to it. But we've got everybody. I mean, we got Republicans and Democrats, Bernie Sanders and Ted Cruz. We got Marsha Blackburn at the airport kind of hiding herself from the camera. And we got other congressmen and senators as well, and we are soliciting more. Now is the time that some of them probably had scheduled vacations. So maybe they're on a cruise somewhere or in Hawaii or some other great place. We want those pictures. And the point of this is to show how fed up the American people are, because we are. And it's so insulting that they are, the Republicans blame the Democrats. Lindsey Graham was quick to say it's the Democrats' fault. No, it's both your faults, because two sides have to come together to compromise. They are unable to do it. And yeah, one can blame the other, but the bottom line is you got to figure out how to do it in order to run government. And they haven't done it. And not only have they not done it, they just threw up their hands and said, we're leaving. I mean, we have a vacation schedule, spring break. And that's what they did. And notice that we're not saying Democrat so-and-so or Republican so-and-so, because we don't think it matters. It's all of Congress. And it's not that one side is more to blame than the other. You can say it is, but both of them should have figured out how to compromise here. So we're not showing party affiliation. We're just putting pictures up. So we want these pictures. Also, if you happen to be watching and you're a member of the media, you should know that the pictures we put up, you're free to post. It's not that we want to own this, we just want to spread it. And there has to be some kind of a movement, because they are insulting our intelligence by thinking, oh, we can get over on them by blaming it on the other party. It's not the other party, it's both parties. And we are kind of sick of the way they are patronizing us, and that's why we're doing this. Something has to change. And, we have talked about what we call the OUTA movement, OWTA, out with their asses, voting everybody out, even the ones you like, to reset things and make it clear to the next group. Here is our expectation, that you will keep the government open, that federal workers will get paid. And if you don't do that, we're going to throw you out like we threw your predecessors out. So that seems to be the only, maybe last resort of regaining some power. But sitting back and watching this, and also I got to say, Congress has been belly aching, and I think frankly properly so, that Trump has been usurping power by using executive orders. And by the way, that's been going on with other presidents too. Well, it took an executive order just to get TSA agents paid, because Congress wouldn't do it. And still, Coast Guard, FEMA, other federal workers, thousands of them, tomorrow is April 1st. They are facing a real dilemma. How do you pay rent when you haven't been paid in more than a month? How do you make a car payment? How do you buy food? We've talked with TSA agents who are standing in food lines as Lindsey Graham is standing in a buffet line. And by the way, the buffet line is a lot shorter than the TSA line at various airports around the country. So enough. And that's why we're doing it. But again, media, you're free to use these pictures. And if you are watching this and you see a senator out and about somewhere, especially somewhere on vacation, send them to us. Send it to the TMZ tip line, and we will put it up on all our platforms.